The curtains may have closed on club football, but there is a lot of potential drama to look forward to at the upcoming Euro 2024. But in the meantime, we won't be seeing some of the biggest names in European football when we head to Germany. Who are these guys and why are they going to be absent from the Euros? First up is Marcus Rashford. The three Lions have always been either unlucky or disappointing in Europe. They've never managed to win the competition, and you'd think they'll want all the big guns heading to Germany. Well, Southgate doesn't think so. Rashford is a surprising omission. Since making his debut for the national team at the young age of 18, Rashford has made 60 appearances and scored 60 goals. He has been part of every major tournament since then, but the England boss has put up a red light on his ride. While this call might be surprising, it is equally understandable. The left winger has looked a shadow of himself this season. In the 2022 and 2023 season, Rashford scored a career high of 30 goals, but maybe his wings flew too close to the sun. This season, Rashford did not even crack 10 goals and has struggled to influence games. It's easy to see why Southgate feels like Rashford doesn't deserve a plane ticket. But will the likes of Jack Grealish, Gyökeres, and Anthony Gordon offer what Rashford can? I guess we'll find out. But in the meantime, maybe the FA Cup trophy will give Rashford some comfort. But not so much for this next player. Like Rashford, Haaland won't be getting the chance to put the ball in the net at the Euros. If Erling Haaland made his way to the tournament, you bet he'll be scoring for fun. Haaland just had yet another stellar season. Pep's goal-scoring machine rippled the net on 38 occasions for City, helping the team to a record-breaking 4th Premier League title on the bounce. So why isn't he playing? Well, the answer is simple. Norway was drawn in a qualifying group with Spain, Scotland, Georgia, and Cyprus. Spain being Spain clinched the top spot. However, no one could stop a Scott McTominay-inspired Scotland from holding on to the second spot. Such a bummer we won't be seeing not only Haaland, but also Odegaard. Who do we have next? Olise has been balling at Crystal Palace, so it sucks that we're not going to see him at the Euros. He was so good this season that fans expect Manchester United, Manchester City, and Chelsea to slug it out for his signature next season. At just 22, Olise has helped Crystal Palace to a top 10 finish in the league, recording 16 goal contributions in just 19 appearances. How about that? Did the footballing world notice? Yup, did Deschamps care? Probably not. The French manager is loyal to a core of players that have brought him success during his tenure as manager so far. The likes of Bradley Barcola, Ousmane Dembele, Kingsley Coman, and Marcus Thuram were all ahead of the Crystal Palace forward in the pecking order. Truth be told, it's hard to argue against some of those names, but there is a solid case to be made that Olise could have been squeezed in ahead of Barcola. PSG fans might disagree on that one though. Anyway, one nation's loss might be another nation's gain. In this case, at least 3 nations. Olise is actually eligible to play for 3 other countries. He was born in London to a Nigerian father and French-Algerian mother, so Algeria, Nigeria, and England will be watching his situation with keen interest, hoping to get him on their side. We mentioned how loyal Deschamps was to a core of players. Paul Pogba was one of those players, but then he activated the nuke button on himself. Pogba made his debut for the France national team in 2014 under Deschamps. He played at the World Cup that year and was named Best Young Player. He remained a regular pick in the side and won the 2018 World Cup with the team. Only a knee surgery ruled him out of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. So where is Pogba now? Well, in September 2023, Pogba tested positive for a substance called DHEA, dihydroepiandrosterone, which helps produce testosterone. Now, this is a problem because athletes aren't supposed to use performance-enhancing substances, so Pogba was given a 4-year ban, which means that he'll be 35 when the ban is over. Maybe we've seen the last of Paul Pogba, who knows? But one player we'll certainly be seeing more of is Viktor Gyökeres. Gyökeres already has one of the most iconic goal celebrations in football. Viktor's hand crossed over his mouth has become a thing for some fans. An old teammate once said that he believes that celebration is a reference to Hannibal Lecter's character known to eat people. In Gyökeres' case, he eats defenders for a living. The striker had a jaw-dropping 53 goal contributions in 53 games, but will not get the opportunity to add to his goal tally for the season because Sweden failed to make it out of the qualifying stage. Sweden finished 9 points behind second place Austria, putting them out of contention for a place in the Euros. Austria might have booked a spot at the competition, but they'll have to navigate a group against Poland, Netherlands, and France without the services of the legendary David Alaba. Sure, nobody expects Austria to stand a chance in this group, but their chances of making it out of this group is even more unlikely without the experience of David Alaba on the pitch. Austria made their way into the knockout stage of the last edition of the Euros for the first time in their history, with Alaba among those running the show. He won't be available this time because he picked up a knee injury in December. However, his aura on the team is so huge that Ralf Rangnick decided to invite him as a non-playing captain. So while he doesn't get to play, his presence alone might inspire the likes of Konrad Laimer and Marko Arnautovic to show Austria's steel against France and the Netherlands. Switching gears, let's now focus on the youngest name on our list, Gavi. At only 19 years old, Gavi is already a big miss for Spain. Forged in the fires of La Masia, Gavi is already becoming a refined midfielder, and Spain will miss his qualities at the Euros. His intelligence, dribbling, vision, and passing range have drawn comparisons to greats like Xavi and Iniesta. He became the youngest player to represent the Spanish senior team when he made his debut for Spain in 2021. Since then, Gavi has gone on to make 27 appearances, scoring 5 goals in the process. If you're going to war on the pitch, Gavi's the man to bring because he leaves it all on the pitch. Unfortunately, that's what cost him a place in the Euros side because he sustained an ACL injury while representing his country in a qualifying match against Georgia. Tough luck there. Coming in at number 3 is Harry Maguire. After being stripped of the Manchester United captaincy in July 2023, Maguire took it upon himself to rediscover the best version of himself. Things were indeed looking up for the center back until Maguire hurt his calf in April. In a bid to make the final cut, Maguire had been following an individual training program, but ultimately wasn't able to overcome his calf injury, leaving England's defense looking even poorer than previous tournaments. The disappointment is beyond just Maguire. For some fans though, an entire £500 million worth of talent might be missing out on the final cut, with other big names like Jack Grealish and James Maddison also not expected to be on the plane to Germany. These are all the English stars that'll be missing out. It's another bummer that we won't be seeing Gnabry at the Euros. It's been quite a frustrating season for Gnabry, having battled through many injuries. Gnabry sustained his most recent injury when Bayern Munich faced Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final. This ruled him out for the rest of the season. But on the bright side, with talents like Florian Wirtz, Kai Havertz, and Jamal Musiala, the German team still packs a punch on the offense. The last on our list is none other than Thibaut Courtois. The 6'5" tall goalkeeper would not be in goal for Belgium at the Euros this year. Although he has been injured for most of the season, it's still a head-scratcher to not see Belgium's trusted pair of hands make the final cut, especially considering the fact that he's back to starting games for Real Madrid. But the truth is that his omission runs deeper than the injury. The word on the street is that Courtois actually fell out with Belgium's new manager after he picked Lukaku to be captain ahead of him in one of the qualifying games. Well, that fallout might have contributed to his omission from the squad. But which of these stars would you miss the most, and which country are you rooting for to win Euro 2024?